think we got another one. Aye, nigga, starting now, nigga. 2021 fucking nigga, he ain't on my shit.
So this is just a pre-video. I'm going to be redesigning this U-Haul because this was given to me by somebody named Kyle's, and I was called Kyle's by one of my old friends that used to braid my hair. I mean, old friend's parent that used to braid my hair. But I just want to show everybody, look, license plate in the front missing, did not do that. And they had me take pictures before I got this shit anyways. So, but I just want to show everybody the condition of the actual U-Haul, because ultimately I hate standing in the dirt, but these bitches tried to kill me. So I just want to show everybody before I go into explanation on what is being shown, right? Every detail is going to be shown because everybody thinks it's a motherfucking, what's that shit called? What's that shit called? A scavenger hunt. But bitch, okay, so let's say licensing fees is paid, so it must be paid off, right? Somebody paid this shit off, and it say perm on there. So my interpretation of when I see certain words is the history behind my regular life. My mom permed my hair when I was in Vegas, right? And so look, it has a, oh, I thought you was a bug. Not literally, but the bike. Cause it's little black bugs on the floor. I'm gonna show y'all that in a minute. I mean, if you can see, I'll show y'all in a minute though. Let me not bend down there. Look, I'm gonna actually show y'all. Look at this shit. Y'all see that shit? Y'all see that one right there with the red? They better learn about insects. But anyway, so it say Canada and the U.S. flag, right? That flag looked like it was somebody trying to rip that shit off. That's weird. Because it was not like that, I don't think, when I first purchased it. But look, they gonna see from when I had pictures took, the day that I took pictures. But, because I ain't been back to that location, so it's only gonna be one picture there, and it shouldn't be no AI functional type of picture. Don't mind my nails, I usually keep them done, but somebody interrupted my motherfucking self-care on getting my nails done by stalking and harassing me. So this key was given to me by somebody from Inglewood Families as well, while he seen me struggling to get some help in with the not battery, oh yeah, with the battery of the car. So I'm looking to see if there's any more details. The camera's on there. That's a TM, like the marathon. That's how I would look at it. But back to the perm story. Period. He just did a wheelie on that bicycle. But I'm located near a great destination, keeping me safe, I would think. But as far as anything, because I ain't had no complaints about the area. But back to what I was saying. That should say perm. I had a perm given to me when I was in Vegas, and there's some history behind some girls missing from Vegas or not knowing how to communicate. Yes. No, well, it's gonna be for my YouTube channel. You want to be on it? Huh? I can't hear you. What? Thank you so much. Do you know how to do like any tricks on the bike?
Yeah. You wanna do a little trick so I can add it? That's a cool bike, and you got a helmet on. Go ahead then, sir. Period. That's so cool to me, like the little willies on the bike. Period. Keep it up. Keep safe. Have a good day. Oh, okay, he's back at it. Okay, period, like a little dirt bike. You wanna get in the video? You got some tricks? Period. Okay. Y'all doing the dang on thing. Period. Okay. Okay, be careful. Good thing you're wearing your helmet. You got, yeah, I got YouTube going, so I'm okay, thank you so much. Okay. So, as you can see, you know, the kiddos always attract, I look dang near their age. So sometimes, hold on, let me give them the YouTube channel. I got a YouTube channel too.
The littles were you know, getting my YouTube channel. They're gonna be able to see this video when I finish. So what I planned on doing was like Not anything delinquent like, but just to show forth why certain signs aren't always meant to show forth. So first off, let's go here. Recently, somebody just almost messed up my skull, right? So the first thing I see is skull, right? When I look at this and it say skull. Recently, I've been teaching people about the migrations, not purposely, but because I have to. Here goes the word Russia, and here goes the word Alaska and Yukon. Northwest territories. Now, if somebody doesn't understand how I'm learning that I connect to great artists that are from Canada, let's start there. Because ultimately, it says venture across Canada. So I know that me and somebody from Canada is supposed to do a song, right? And get in connection. So it says, did you know camels migrated from North America origins across a now submerged land? How did the Ice Age change Canada? Learn about it. Pretty much is what it's saying. So when I'm like, okay, the camels, if you look at the face, their teeth mean something as well as this hair on a chinny chin chin, right? But they do get in order and line, and they have a hunchback. Those are the things I noticed, and certain family members can probably get a chuckle when they get to see this video, especially when I'm like Pacific Ocean. Cause I open like a coconut, cause I do got that good water down there. But anyway, so it's a vanished lands. We don't want anybody to vanish. That's the next thing I see when I'm looking at that. White horse. That reminds me of the fish market in Inglewood, located on Imperial and Crenshaw area. So when I go here and I'm like, okay, so what did Dej Low talk about? Something about being a dictator, damn near like Dej. So when I'm like, okay, Deja, you guys are caught the fuck up when I have to see this shit say Yukon right there, bitch. That's why I have to, and it say Yukon right there, look. Ding. And it's so obvious, right, that this truck was pre-picked and pre-planned. Like, I don't go pre-pick and pre-plan. Like, even Northwest is like, learn the Bible, learn the compass. Like, these are things that are naturally just showing me in a sign. It say Arctic Ocean. Okay, so Atlantic. I'm looking for how Atlantic is missing, and somebody is connected to Atlantic Records. But then I'm like, okay, but what about GB? Am I thinking about Great Britain or a person or gang banging? Like, I'm not making this shit up. This is how many people went in my in my house and stole my ultrasound picture with Gary Bryant Jr. But that's not something I really cared about. But I have to now announce because I'm annoyed, pretty much, about why somebody took it, because they try to be sneaky and with it, and I don't want to go into details about it, but that's what that means. So now I'm right here, right? And then I go, okay, wait, look how I see the white hearse with a star right there. Okay, so those are things where I'm like, ooh wee, but look at that nasty ass bug though as well. Like, I don't carry the bugs. That shit big. If you really, let me go zoom in on it. Let me show y'all the size of that shit. Oh my god. Oh shit. Okay, so I'm sorry, but look, teacher credentials coming in later. That's why I said maybe in my second age group, which will be like my third decade here, not my second. So when I'm like, okay, so I see all of these signs, right? And I was around somebody from 6-0 area. I'm like, okay, so the marathon continues, right? But I'm like, why would I have to cover this shit up? Maybe because that word right there, Yukon. Gary is the only person that I seen put YU as you in text messages. So when my little cousin starts texting like that, I'm like, okay, maybe they knew each other because she went to elementary school in the same district, right? So I'm like, okay, maybe they had a little fling and she didn't know how to tell me. So I addressed it, but never cared. Like, not in a mean way, but I'm like, we got two different school districts. My school district was pre-prepped for a reason. So when I'm like, if y'all want my niggas, go get them first, but don't worry about if I get pregnant. Y'all sitting there and took the wrong ultrasound picture. Y'all sat there and tried to pre-plan ultrasound pictures, and I'm like, don't do that. y'all didn't even have to touch the one that had 3 on there. So yeah, like, y'all being sneaky, not knowing, like, bitch, I don't give a fuck to identify somebody's identity, bitch. My identity keeps getting broken down because I'm a black woman, and I'm great at what I do as far as identifying what the fuck is around me when it's not supposed to be. Because ultimately, somebody could just tell me that somebody on Yukon fucked up, or somebody that lives near Yukon fucked up that bad. Like, mixing up my cousin name who would get connected to this word right here. Or that word right there. So everybody not even understanding my family is very important, but I was the one that had to discover it. I'm still learning about it. So when somebody assumes that they know everything, but they don't, it's like, girl, I naturally would just know. And then it says, where will you go next, right? So why did I deal with a nigga that likes to go by the word Yui? That's one person. I mean, he had 2 people in front of him, but at the end of the day, I know which one is one. So when I'm like, okay, so there is 6 O's connected, then I say TM, the marathon, right? So when I'm like, okay, if I open this trunk right now, right, it's going to be another pattern to identify for the police to get involved. Because certain people know that a parent of the unidentified person, like I said, this is an unidentified vehicle. Nobody should be knowing I'm in a U-Haul or why I have a U-Haul, unless they're sitting there knowing that I have money took from my accounts, or I had somebody take my banking cards, or try to infiltrate my family who really saves the world and knows how to do it the correct way, not stupidly. So when somebody that's like, okay, but think about the word con, like con artist. We're back on that topic, and I'm like, no, I know that there was a few bitches that stalked me and Gary Bryant Jr. on a whole different topic and shouldn't have. That's why I said, like, learn about what you're doing before you just jump in a game that ain't meant for you, pretty much. So, you know, especially when I'm like, we still learning about the migration in school. They teach us about the migration. So when I'm that smart and I know how to pay attention in the classroom, but somebody want to go teach kids and think you're going to teach the same thing, not knowing their migration is totally different. They still stuck in a time frame of understanding how my generation is still learning about the migration in an order. That's why people get in an order, 2 lines. Everybody get in 2 lines so we could go to our classroom, pretty much. But we're not animals. Animals know the difference between humans and animals. However, humans are now becoming very much, I don't want to say rabious, but shit, erratic, like animals can be in the wild or the jungle. So at the end of the day, they better learn about the word jungles, and because that immediately connects to this word or this color. Let's say this color. However, I'm still learning my colors as far as game banging, but let's talk about how colors mix, and we learn about that shit in a required course, right, that I took early on in a summer class, so that I did not have to get held back from being able to get ahead on top of my studies, because there was a African American studies class prepared for me and a new curriculum because of how well I pay attention to my history, because I like learning about it and I don't like just faking it, right? So when I'm like, okay, think about fossils, right, and fossil fuels. Why do I think we're running out of gas? Because that's a resource, that's a privilege, just like the air we breathe. We are here to understand the word love, not in a mean way, but that does come with survival skills. So when I know my 6th grade project totally is different than my sister's or my uncle's 6th grade project, but we grew up in the same district, that should tell y'all teachers know a little bit about their students before they do get them, you know, as a student. That's why me and my sister never had these same teachers. However, the same teachers still knew us off of knowing our parent. Does that make sense? Like, me and my sister have different ways of processing, but she would be understanding right now everything going on if she was standing right here with me to understand how I have to paint over this truck, because I don't like how people are mixing me up with 2 girls that stay near the street Yukon. It's embarrassing and it's annoying for them 2 girls that don't know that they're going to get in trouble for breaking the law, but still trying to be involved with the law. It's stupid and it's embarrassing. And I just wanted to come over here in this area of, you know, like, if you guys seen the movie Friday and then Friday After Next, like, let's understand price tags, bitch. You guys better know how to pay the price is right, okay? Because ultimately, I'm in town now, bitch. You see how, like, easily I'm just saying not just anything, but stuff that are connecting to signs in front of me. Okay, so that's why I'm like, V8, okay, is that an engine? Like, we're learning. Like, bitch, I don't know about cars, but I know a few people do. That are girls that do need to be right here understanding why this U-Haul says Yukon on it at the end of the day. So I will be, painting over it and making this a statement. However, I'm like, they could have just easily been here to understand. I'm talking about the two girls that stay near Yukon. Oh, shit. Oh, get him. Hold on, not the puppy coming over here. But him just stood behind me. Thank you, but You see, I'm like, get your dogs, get your animals, but they train themselves when they know it's important to know which girls come here and know about frequencies. Back on the Canadian word right here, Canada. Because ultimately, I know one person just to process something that I only ever asked my dad, ever. And I can't explain it in words. That's why we still learn about the migration. This is how I know I can teach a great classroom and excel in teaching. However, I'm not there yet mentally as far as wanting to be around kids. Because I'm like, look how I have to teach adults that already have kids. That's why I only would save the one sister on Yukon that doesn't have a kid. Does that make sense? Because I would probably want her to teach at my school. But we are young. We're in our 20s. We're not in our 30s or approaching our 30s anytime soon. So I wouldn't be embarrassing the older sister because ultimately I can. I don't have a kid, but I wouldn't want to embarrass her publicly because I see her daughter being super, super smart. And I could probably teach her kid in high school. However, not if the mother does not understand to stop lying on the Bible. So that's why I call her dumbass out. Not in a mean way, but in a truthful way. That's why I look and direct the energy towards who got to be directed to, because she almost made a girl that's trying to advocate for musicians on a whole nother level miss out. That's why I'm like, if you guys want to check in on what's up and coming with me, there's another girl to check out. Her name is 1K Nay. She just did a video. I've had this truck before she put the video out, by the way. But that's something that them girls on Yukon know exactly what I'm talking about. Okay? I zoom in on the Yukon part, baby. Because ultimately, why is Monet not right here? And I do call her by her first name, but I don't know her last name. But I do know she lost a brother. And I have a little bro, right? Totally separate from how I met him. But he had to tell me about somebody of that name. And they just happen to both know each other. So ultimately, it's too many people knowing too much about my business and not speaking the truth. Stop being around people that went to my high school if you don't know how to reassure it the correct way. Bitches that live on Yukon. Got it? Especially when I'm like, I know your Nana would be very disappointed to know that you guys have been hoeing or selling your body for money. So, especially when I said, ooh, ultimately you should have never said nothing about Monet to me, older sister that stays near Yukon. Because you should have never spoke about that part. Especially when somebody purposely was drinking and driving, right? Just like you were with your daughter in the car. Let's not forget what you have stated. Especially when your car keeps, a record for its own self. Mind you, let's also talk about how your car was dirty as fuck. Disgusting. And I was not mean about it. I'm like, do you want me to help you clean this shit out? That's the type of friend I was. / little cousin. So you better learn quick how to adapt to what I'm saying. Otherwise, you guys will be ruining it for your kids. But you kind of already did by not standing here and being prepared to help me paint over this U-Haul truck. Because ultimately, I know I'll be able to purchase it when it comes down to it. Like if I just needed to purchase the whole company of U-Haul. Like, I'm pretty sure somebody of my family members have already done that. Pretty much. So, especially when I'm like I was saying, Monet, you did a video with Haiti, baby. Right? In a box truck as the theme.
6 rounds, but shots through damage. 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 I ain't gonna tell your ass, I ain't the one, I ain't the two, bitch, I'm the motherfucking 10. Hit this shit right, and you might push the bitch. Don't be fucking up the play, we tryna bring this money. I know a nigga that big whips and do taxes too. Wasn't no looking for me, bitch, I was looking for you. Push up on a hot bitch like this bitch, boy. Running from who? I like the way he bust the bitch, boy. Give me the gas, move around, do damage. I like the way he bust back. Got the game fucked up, I'ma need that back. His ex bitch, his main bitch, so I'ma keep it as back. 6 rounds, but shots do damage. 6 rounds, but shots do damage. 6 rounds, but shots do damage. 6 rounds, but shots do damage.
So for my behavior of knowing you're older than me and something happened in Vegas, and that was my first time ever meeting you, and I didn't even know you had a brother of that name, that should tell you I didn't use social media like that in high school, ultimately because I was focused on trying to get a athletic scholarship. So with a sport that I had just started and excelled greatly in. So that's a whole nother story. We'll go into it later. However, I have to explain this shit because why would you guys sit there and do a video with Haiti Baby who was signed by Jeezy? So let's pause, beep, like the movie. Like y'all keep trying to do on the motherfucking internet. Weird. So when I need somebody to come here and do something for me as far as like maybe paint or think about how I'm thinking of the theme. But I think I might just put on there a March time to help Monet because like she probably would have it harder in life because she was not privileged. So you see how like privilege helps identify the bitches that used it improperly, because there's certain people of stature that's like, we lost a lot of money behind what's going on, and we don't waste resources like money. That's a resource. That's what makes things more organized. That's why I said, hey, let's be smart about life. When I got to 24 years old, what if I could be the one to organize the crime, just so that I could show forth how I never broke the law, or also showing how I was learning the law, but there was girls already in law and knowing the law and still try to bully me and try to take advantage of hurting me. Especially when I'm like, skull fracture. Didn't I say skull fracture? Hold on. Skull fracture. And I'm like, did they know my 6th grade project versus my sister's? No, they didn't. So yeah, it comes back down to K through 12 and knowing it verbatim, like somebody likes to say. So that's how much I'm like, somebody get in contact with Monet for me, or 1K name, my bad. Let's go artist name with it real quick and figure out how she's going to be performing and doing a verse with me on March time. Because ultimately that was probably a beat for me. Y'all all got around Loda Great after knowing he met me personally and had a one-on-one conversation and see me cry about loving music and the way I love music. And how it kind of saved me, and how in living in Arizona, taking a elective in a healthcare system, or a healthcare major type of class that was required for some of the majors in that type of degree, how that was just a literal elective for me. And I started a study of music healing with that. And I'm still running the study without people even understanding, especially when I'm like, analytics from Spotify have been identified. So when I know it's only been one sister that was around blood niggas though with me, you might want to be careful on what you're talking about, because ultimately you don't understand how certain people that gangbang know identify a lot of nature first, because it's important to understand the word family. So when I do try to consider people as that, it's not for fun. You guys try to use my dad after losing your dad, and honestly, it's like you guys don't see where your strength comes from, and how you could honestly give me a hug right now. You'll probably be just as close to your dad. That's how much I am an angel on real life land. Can't change it. That's why we have Los Angeles, Lost Angels. Pay attention. Is how we kind of describe our city of natives. However, certain people don't get it. Certain people do. All that fighting in adolescence should have had bitches prepared when they had their kids before marriage. That's what the Bible stands for. So now that I've been able to kind of identify that for everybody to understand on this day today, because I'm able to kind of speak on it, now I get to decorate this truck and do some advertisement for 1K Nay, who honestly needs to get at me immediately. Hence, because I'm pretty sure something happened with her brother that's connected to, that's connected to that name, that word. So, because I'm honestly going off of how I don't know everybody's business, but everybody know mine, or tries to get involved, and broke into my motherfucking house, and wasn't trying to give me a key back after I'm like, bitch, you don't even have no bread. You don't even have no money. What are you doing? So, learn about project bitches who really make it out and don't have to sit there and explain shit to nobody. Like, for real. And I'm not explaining to nobody. I'm explaining to some of the kids that's like, we catch on and we don't even know your little cousins. We might be able to understand our migration the way you explain things. Because ultimately, that's what's getting me prepared to make sure I have caregivers like me when I get to that age. Because I do prioritize our elderly and age in order. That's important. Because ultimately, I don't know how to change no damn tire. Bitch, I rely on somebody for that. Let's start there. Hence why I don't know how to help the battery of a car. We got people for that. I don't even know how to put a license plate on my motherfucking thing. I would pay that as a service. Somebody do it for me. Let's go get food. Bitch, I know how to do service for service, bitch, in exchange, like trade. So people gotta understand that part. When bitches complain about paying rent, and y'all have had obligations, avenues to be able to provide for yourself since your background and your resources that you were given. I always utilized my resources and never was overprivileged or anything. I always went without people even knowing it. I just kept up with myself all the way. So when bitches try to get into my life and I'm still on a college income, you jealous of a bitch on a college income, bitch? You really don't know about the North or the migration, bitch, at all. So, yeah, like, where will you go next? Next up, I got my checkup. Not in a mean way, but certain bitches need to start not working in healthcare just because they try to make sure they're not, or try to embarrass people. Because ultimately, I know my first encounter of any type of situation was in 2021. That's how much I kept myself clean growing up. And I didn't catch no disease that's like not curable. But first disease I ever caught was in 2021. And him already know who did that. And I already let him know over the phone. And probably still got record of the phone call. That's how real it is. So, like, not just because I'm not no filthy ass bitch or dirty ass bitch. That's really why. So, you know, luckily, I try to be nice on why I explain certain things. But when bitches try to take my life and be that calculated and not skilled, like, bitch, how are you that calculated and not skilled, bitch? That makes me want to pop you upside the head with my hand, like, bitch, or with a brush. Bop. Bow. Hard. Like, not in a mean way, but that's the truth. Especially when I'm like, bitches get to learning they friends that go into movies and acting class and don't even know this shit not acting, bitch. This is survival. So, learn about being in Rancho. Yeah, so just saying that to say, like, I didn't grow up in this area, but I'm having to learn different cities because I'm pretty much known, like, of certain areas for certain reasons. Bitch, I don't drive all over the motherfucking world. I don't get to travel outside the country yet. Like, bitch, I don't have that much money to do that. Bitch, I still, you know, trying to start my own business, make a name for my brand. I am starting a foundation as well as my same brand name, just because legendary looks is important to me. Just because people don't know how it is when somebody loses somebody next to them, and I advocate for people's mental health, so people shouldn't lie on mine. I advocate for drug abuse, so you shouldn't lie on about people that, you know, have even gotten laced or try to make up stories like people have. Like, if I have, like, bitch, I'm gonna share my story about it. You know, I'm gonna share my story about, you know, saving my family member from overdosing off fentanyl, like, while bitches trying to set people up on a rotation because they're younger, on giving them bad drugs and putting sprays on people's weeds and then making sure somebody receives it, like, as if people aren't stronger than certain drugs out there that are like for date rape, or, you know, certain people getting set up in incorrect ways. Like, y'all better understand how I really run this shit, but I do not like explaining that I do. So show some damn respect, especially when I'm like, respect the truckers on the road while we have one passing by. Like, literally. Because ultimately, that's also what this comes from. Because there's people that's honking on a horn or honking a horn at me on the road. And I'm like, bitch, wait, what did I do? Oh, probably because of the word right there. They know which bitch sit there and be on the road and do incorrect. Because there's certain girls that got their mom involved. That's like, we never let our daughter do something stupid. So when something bad happened to somebody's kid and somebody got to sit here and advocate for all these grown-ass women that are way older than me, like, bitch, I'm the youngest, but I'm still over here explaining shit to bitches that know better. You know better. You know better. And I still have to explain that to you? No. Especially when our parents done really known each other since they was in high school or growing up in their 20s or in their 30s. At the end of the day, show some respect. That's what it comes down to. And that's all I'm trying to show forth, because y'all sitting there lying on the social media, telling on yourselves, especially when people use these motherfucking businesses as real way to hurt people. And they show respect to me already just because they know I'm not no stupid ass liar. Like, bitch, if you gonna lie, you better lie correct at this point, because I can't lie, because ultimately I got little cousins. So if I start lying, bitch, my little cousins are gonna get lost as fuck and get hurt. That's stupid as fuck. Who does that to their own family? Bitch, I could be a grimy ass bitch, but I'm choosing how to be grimy and when I want to be grimy, bitch. And ain't nobody gonna stop me from doing what I gotta do. And if you is trying to stop me, bitch, you better learn policy and the law while you still want to run. You know, certain things in your business or things of business, or think you running something. But my school right there on Hoover and Figueroa, like, bitch, it's been business going on over there. I just am learning about it and how to organize my own life and be safe while I'm over there, because people try to build a business around me instead of letting me know what the business is and how they need to fix their motherfucking ways of life. Bitch, and I have to do this shit on a natural way on my own. You see, it's literally me standing here on my 210. Bitch, never needed nobody, but bitches wanted to always need me and lie about it and always be in my business instead of just, you know, being honest and being like, hey, let me tell you what's going on. I didn't mean to do this, da-da-da, whatever the case may be. Because I'm that type of bitch, and that's why I never did nothing wrong to nobody. So when bitches is sitting there really lying to healthcare providers and start lying in front of the police already, bitch, you already going to jail. Bitch, learn about being under oath and putting your right hand on the Bible. Because I ain't been to no courthouse to do that shit, but I did put my right hand on my Bible that was given to me from generation to generation with the last name Howard on it. And then next thing you know about, like, Howard University, right? I'm still learning about how my great-grandfather, you know, made a school for airplanes as well. Like, learn about the Tuskegee Airmen. Ben had my pair of beats, but I'm still looking for them because I had to share with my sister. You know what I'm saying? Like, I did my paper way back when, and my mother knows what I'm talking about. So at the end of the day, y'all don't know how school projects or projects outside of school, but focusing on our heritage, like learning about how we connected to Detroit, or even Berry Gordy starting, you know, Motown and things of that nature. Like, y'all better respect music, because this is what it does come down to, connecting the world because of the migration of music. Migration in music and how we went from the South and traveled north.
And this is just showing how I connect greatly with music, and so does my family members as well. So, you know, this shows a study that I was able to kind of connect to a presentation that was in my music course that I was taking in one of my previous semesters in recent years. And I haven't even got to connect to the artist all the way yet. But look at how I incorporated me hearing the word infrared beam and in a study, and now Spotify has shown forth how the views have attracted that to be the #1 song on Ruchi's pretty much hit list. And ultimately, everyone knows that, you know, everyone in LA, but I barely get to know my peers because I'm barely getting back to reaching out and talking to everybody. So this explains certain studies that I am going through that I can connect to on a personal level. And I can't explain how natural music pairs people together, but that's also something that's going on. Especially when we use samples from Tina Marie connecting to Berry Gordy because my aunt worked in Motown. Like, these are the things that people don't know about my family history and try to connect to, but mind your business, please, and thank you.
And then, like, clockwise, learn about the compass. Like, it's that serious, and I just want to show some respect to our ancestors that passed away, or people that are recent that have passed away, and show some homage to that because it is important. And not to trick people's minds or hurt their hearts because of how strong a few girls that are responsible have had to be while we wanted to have our fun safely, while seeing, you know, our under or our younger age groups learn about what we had to learn about and overcome. That's why we had a song, We Shall Overcome, you know, be in my choir class when I was in middle school. Like, y'all don't know, y'all don't respect certain people that really come from having to be stronger than pretty much anybody in the world. So yeah, learn about it. Hence why it's connecting to another study that I started pretty much at Arizona State with music healing and connecting to our natives in LA. However, I haven't even gotten to branch out to meet everybody because people start looking in my phone, my iClouds, and start piecing up some weird narrative that's fake and false and not real. I know who my mother is, and come on now. Like, are you guys dumb? My mom ain't never sat there and had me in no weird position, so why would I do that to myself? Like, duh. So yeah, this is like damn near my homework right now while I have to be on a break from school. Don't look at that little picture or them pictures right there. It's not really nothing, but I just wanted to show forth bomb ass picture, bomb ass area. Miss my motherfucking Franco, bitch. And my thick ass fucking Franco chain as well with my heart on it, but still got my same chains. Like, literally, I just don't have the one my granny gave me because I had to take it to the pawn shop because bitches sat there and got all up in my money. But my granny gave me that piece one, and my mom gave me that cross one, and I bought my own heart and Franco chain and bracelet when I had, you know, my two-way income of being a student worker and a worker outside of school, which was DoorDash, bitch. Like, I never hid a job, like, bitch, and I did work at In-N-Out and other jobs as well. But anyways, I just want to show forth what I've been working on since Arizona State with a few girls that's known. Like, this girl is known on TikTok right now that I should be reaching out to very soon as well. Like, look, this is our paper. We really did a whole study on music healing based off of my idea and what I wanted to study and utilize theory with. And my topic and title, I created that, Keep Calm and Press Play. Them girls is older than me. I was the youngest in the classroom, and this was an elective, not a prerequisite for my motherfucking class. My other phone has, like, I guess no storage, even though I brought, like, hella storage already. So I know somebody's logging in, using my iClouds, doing weird shit. But anyways, this was our project. Like, definitely know how to do my PowerPoints really greatly and organizing. And kept everything nice and professional, and never had a chat GPT on this type of shit. I don't even think it was like this is what I did at Arizona State. In my case scenario was Janae Aiko, because that's what I was also understanding was helping me stay calm while going through, like, you know, being away from home or heartache and just different stuff, to where these theories and classes were, you know, like, also helpful outside the classroom. I don't just pick classes for fun. Like, I actually pick to, like, help when what I'm going through, or if I ever do need to know the knowledge. So ultimately, that's really what this is for, to explain, like, my way of knowing how nature really connects to the world, and everybody should be more mindful before trying to bully somebody that actually helps prepare us for literally knowing how to survive after our parents, you know, get older, or we have to learn our new generations and things of that nature. Like, that's what I stand for. I don't know why bitches try to lie, like, and act like they were trying to do that. But no, none of y'all went to school. None of y'all got accepted to none of my universities, except a few of my peers from high school. And that's why we grew up in the same district, you know, and are barely even knowing each other outside of what we know from high school. So it's weird that people want to try to reconnect some stuff, but I don't be in people's business, so I would not know what any of my peers have going on outside of if we contacted each other or talked. So when people are being mean and bullying one girl, trying to bully me because they thought the girl was trying to bully me, but I know the girl is not gonna know how to bully correct to the other bitches, it's just too much dumb shit. Like, let's just sit down, have a talk. If anything, like, bitch, if you need to know, and I've already addressed bitches that know, like, stop lying on my name because you're gonna go to jail. That's how bad you been, you know, outside of my presence and before you even knew me or hung around me. So those are the things that I need people to understand as well. Like, stop lying because I got proof just off of what projects I've done at school and know what the fuck I've talked about. So yeah, learn about being in reality in 2026 and knowing your K through 12 and growing up knowing what the fuck you have going on. Now, as far as everybody else that got a new career going on, get at me so you know what the fuck is going on, because I barely even know my peers in LA. Like, I barely know y'all yet. But y'all know me in a sense of knowing my mother or my sisters or my brothers or anything like that. But bitch, y'all don't know me. I don't let people get to know me for a reason. Bitch, I will allow y'all to inch yourselves away, you know, to know me on a personal level when I want to. Bitch, that's how much I know I was going to globally connect the world to be saved. You know what I'm saying? Like, really save people from seeing nasty, disgusting, evil, mean, non-necessary behaviors out of people. But I've been seeing it, and it's just really sad to see the world like that. But as long as people know that I've been pure and genuine, they at least know why they still laugh or smile or have some type of genuine heart or love. Not based off of like fake shit. Because I could be just as, I could just be just as grimy, just as weird, or just as bad. But I just choose to do correct when I want to. You know, show forth the incorrect behavior. It's when I'm going to be comfortable. And nobody should be comfortable thinking that that's what they can do. Especially on that dog bark. For real. So when I have personal things that I want to show forth to certain professors that can invest in something great, and people don't know I had a study shown to me about Spotify, people need to back off, because I actually am trying to get my internship in the correct way and not steal or, you know, infiltrate people appropriating a culture that isn't theirs. It's actually annoying. Like, wish upon a star, okay? Listen to the song. Look at how he uses Tina Marie and how I use Tina Marie in my song for a reference. Like, you guys have to understand, my aunt really knew Tina Marie, so mind your business.
Shut the fuck up, nigga. Put this pussy in your mouth, right? This bitch so good, but I'm not making from the south. Wine and dine me all day for dessert to the house. Didn't give it up quick, they trying to make me spouse us. We got him aroused when he's taking off a blouse. He got permission, he's allowed. We went oh baby, like bad. Fuck up next, bitch, I'm up right now. Ain't no nigga who's replacing you. He got me feeling right, he know what to do. He got me feeling right, we smoking on some glue. While we roll